1143 Old Chase Avenue in El Cajon. This is Ian with Build Brothers. Going to go ahead and do a quick inspection up here and just point out a few things. Obviously, the architectural asphalt shingle roof is long gone. We've got a ton of granule loss and a lot of exposed fiberglass, especially on the backside that's southwest facing. Always gets the most amount of sun exposure and goes first. We got a 4x4, fairly basic skylight here. I would probably suggest that we replace it just because I'm seeing some minor cracking. Off the top of my head, a skylight like that is around 800 bucks. We charge $350 to reflash the whole curb and install the new skylight. Homeowner pays the invoice or the cost of the skylight, dependent on if you want a basic one or want to upgrade to something fancy. These flashings around your roof jacks are very unique. These are all LED, and that's a really cool detail. I haven't seen that in a long time on an asphalt shingle roof. So those are kind of fun. This really low slope, yeah, you're right. This definitely should not be shingles. Not sure how this has made it this long without completely rotting through. Maybe there is a torch down roof underneath it. I'm going to suggest that we use TPO on this section. TPO is a bright white, ultra reflective product that lasts longer than torch down. I probably wouldn't suggest it if you could see this roof from anywhere, but because this roof is invisible, it'll work perfect up here. We've got a total of 4 dormer vents on this roof. We're gonna at least double the amount of attic ventilation on this house. Well, we could probably go to 10, go up from 4 to 10, just to really get this attic to properly ventilate. That's an absolutely gorgeous chimney. The top is in great shape. Looks like somebody's got some new mortar on there, and somebody installed a Cricut the last time this roof was done, and that's a really good looking Cricut. That metal right there that's up against the brick is the 1/2x5 metal, the counter flashing that I suggested we use over the top of the old beat up Z-bar above the garage door. I'll show you one more example on your roof where you already have it. Solar system is 16 SolarWorld 245 watt panels. 16 times 245 equals 3.9 kilowatts. That's a tiny system for a house this big with a pool and a pond and a lot of air conditioning. So I can see why you're upgrading and going to a bigger system. The SolarWorld was an American brand that's no longer around, unfortunately, like a lot of them, unfortunately. But this is a quality panel, and you have Enphase microinverters underneath there. I think they're the M215 model, which is worth reinstalling. Should have another whole bunch of good years left out of this solar system. 245 watts compared to the 400 watt plus that we're using nowadays. You know, it's it's worth keeping. Over here is where I'm guessing you would want the skylight installed, or the solar tube. There is no solar over here, if I'm guessing where your office is, but I guess it could be wrong. Over here is some more of that 1/2x5 that we have already talked about a couple times, and that's what it looks like up against the stucco. It's pretty darn clean, and when it's painted to match, it blends in pretty nicely. Here's some gable end vents. I just noticed those. Those also help ventilate this attic space up here. And there's a big old chimney. The south-facing fascia is always going to be in the worst condition because it's got the most sun damage to it. But that doesn't look terrible. That actually just looks like paint damage. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. Wood repair is always extra. We just kind of line item it as we find it, but the plywood decking feels pretty sturdy and strong as we walk around up here. Did I miss anything, Max? Oh yeah, these things were required by building code for a couple years. We had a ton of failures. Putting an electrical sub panel on a roof is just harsh conditions. So they actually went away from that code, and now when this system goes back up, you won't need to have a breaker box up here.